Alright guys, we've actually started paint. We had to turn the car back around because the temperature wasn't dropping on the car, and it was well over 120. At one point it was 139 degrees, and the max temperature for painting is 100 degrees. So this is my first coat right here in the Jam. I chose it specifically first because I wanted to see how it was going to react with the primer and stuff, which it should be okay, but there's a couple spots where the actual original paint came through like this, so there's a few spots back there, so I wanted to check that out. All right, we got the car all wiped down, wet sanded down, wet dried off, hit a dry rag on it, went back over it with clean hands, cleaned up with soap and water, dried with rags, alcohol, the whole bit, and we just did kind of a little hand wipe like this to get off any dust. And we did that before we turned around the car and after we turned around the car, and we were still pulling stuff off the car. It was like crazy. So that's one of the things about painting a car outside and not in a garage or something like that. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put my respirator back on, and I'm going to start up in these door jambs up in here, and I'll let you guys see that. Hopefully there's enough light in here that you guys can see, so let's get at it. I don't know if you can hear me, but again, that's the automotivetouchup.com paint. The can you paint your car with a spray can. Seems to be covering really well. The wind is kind of sucky. Anyways, let me get a little bit more of this done, then I'll show it to you. Alright guys, there you go. We got the tail light jam down here. We still have to do this area. We got all the door jams really good. This is like I guess it'd be like the first layer we put on, first coat. Let's see, this got up in here really good. All I did was just hold this back and then spray. I think you guys saw that. So anyways, that's the first coat. I'm going to go ahead and do the first coat on the A-pillar, the roof rail, and the quarter panel now. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, here we go. This is the first coat, I guess you could say, first real covered coat that seems to have covered it up really good. That spot that dropped over here, I can't find it anymore, so obviously, oh, there it is. It's right here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. There it is, right there. So I think I'll just try to fill that up as much as possible, and then when the clear coat goes on, we'll just have to buff it out. But we're hoping that a couple of layers will help fill it. There's little things like this you can't get away from, little dust pieces. You just, you know, we're painting outside. The winds, there's a little bit of wind. It's not a lot, but it's not bad. So overall, it seems to be doing pretty good on the first coat here. Let me show you the A-pillar. I did the A-pillar up here. Seems to be doing all right. Coming around real good. So I guess we're so far we used what, a can and a half?
We used two.
Two cans?
We're on can number 3 now, but it's not even done.
Yeah. So anyways, I think my son says that we've got 2.5 cans left, and we're on our we're on our 3rd can, but it's only half done, so we still got 2.5 cans. We had 5 cans. So anyways, let's get back to it. All right, I used a little bit of 600 grit on here. The instructions said 1,000 grit, but I thought that would take too long, so I went ahead and used 600. So I got it mushed down, so now I'm going to go ahead and finish doing the top coat on this and see if that goes away. All right, we got a couple of what painters call boogers, and we're going to try to knock them off with some 600 grit. I don't even know if you can see that one. There it is. And we're just going to gently do this. The paint's not all the way dry, but it's pretty much dry to the touch. They asked us to use 1,000, but I think this will be fine as long as I don't get too rambunctious with it. Okay, it's like there's a hair in this. There it is. Got it. All right, I'm going to take care of these little boogers, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to just touch it up a little bit. Now I got a bug right here, and there is no way that I would let's see if I can get it to focus. I got a bug right here. Oh, he's gone. What I do for bugs that are crawling on the paint, I just use a can of duster, and I just, you know, don't tilt the can because you don't want the aerosol coming out on your paint, but you could use the air, just kind of give it a little blast, knock the bugs off. Again, this is for outside painting. If you're inside painting, you shouldn't have to worry about bugs. And the sun is, we don't have much sunlight left, and I need that sun in order to apply the clear coat. So we are like close. I think we're going to be putting that clear coat on in the dark. So not happy about that, but it is what it is. All right, just looking around for the little boogers and stuff, and this turned out really nice, really fairly shiny in here for a ground coat, or a base coat as they call it. Okay, all right, I don't see anything in here. This looks good. Oh, there's a one right there. There's one. Well, it is what it is. It's too late now. All right, yeah, we found a couple spots like that up in here where it just wasn't quite right, but hey, it'll get the car drivable and it won't be perfect, but okay. And that little spot I had right here, I sanded it, and it's really hard to see it now. It's right there at the end of my finger. Don't even know if you can see it. See if I can walk up right there. So that'll buff out with the clear. All right, I think that's it. Oh, there's one booger right there. Let me hit it with a can of air. This is to knock off any boogers or anything. That one, I don't know why that one didn't come off. All right, any further dust or anything? All right, we're not professionals, we're just amateurs. But I think it's turned out pretty good for an amateur paint job. I've painted before, but not professionally. Did a few cars. Did a 69 Corvette, 69 GTO, 74 Trans Am, a 1970 Ram Air 3 Trans Am, and a Dodge crew cab pickup truck from the 70s, I think it was. But and a couple other little things here and there, cars, different pieces and stuff. But those are the notable ones that I really enjoyed doing. And the crew cab Dodge pickup, that was actually the truck I did in our class. I actually took a class on painting and bodywork. So, anyways, and it wasn't a one-day class. It was like several days, and it was the basics and how to do things. So, but I think it's turning out pretty good. Anyways, I got to get onto it before the nightfall comes. I might have to I got floodlights and stuff I can use too, so that won't be a huge issue. And being that the paint is not temperature cured, it's chemically cured, because we bought the special paint. Where is that special paint? No, the clear coat. Oh, here it is. This is what Automotive Touch-Up sends you when you ask for chemically activated or cured. The top fell off. I dropped it and broke the top. So as you can see, there's a little dimple right there. But the can's still good. So, anyways, like I said, let's get to it.